Very good evening, everyone, especially Mr. Anujitha Fernando. Warmly welcome to today's special live podcast brought to you by the Global UniConnect. The theme for is From SLIIT to the Global Education, University of Queensland, a missionary path to Australia. I'm your host today, Dasun Rajasinghe, and joining me as in an inspiring young leader, Mr. Anujitha Fernando, a proud SLIIT alumni who's currently following his Master of Computer Science Management at the University of Queensland. So, without further ado, let's dive into a visionary path to an Australia live podcast. So, Mr. Anujita is not only a brilliant academic, but he is also a passionate leader, having served as a president of the Faculty of Computing Student Community and Leo Club of SLIIT, SLIIT. And Mr. Anujita's leadership journey at SLIIT laid the foundation for his current postgraduate studies at one of the top ranked universities, not only in Australia, in the global ranking. So, Mr. Anujita Fernando, once again, I warmly welcome for you today's podcast live session. And thank you for once again accepted our invitation in a short notice. So, how does it feel to be connecting with students back home today?
Yes, so very good evening, Mr. Dasun and rest of the colleagues who have joined the meeting and the live stream. So thank you so much again. And yes, it honestly feels amazing to connect with everyone there back home in Sri Lanka uh, on a Saturday evening, and it's Sunday morning to me. So yeah, being here, like, it means a lot to me. Like, a couple of years back, I was sitting right there wondering what is my next step, full of dreams and questions to myself, where my career will focus in the future. So yes, it's nice to be here in Brisbane, and it's nice to connect with SLIIT and all other students who have joined with the session today. And I warmly thank Global UniConnect for connecting me today with everyone. Thank you so much. That's it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for accepting our invitation once again, and thank you for being here. We all are here to happy. To, we are happy to hear your story. How it's a study, your study journey in at SLIT, and now your leadership experience that you have shifted to the University of Queensland, and you have implemented it with your studies. So, Mr. Anujita Fernando, tell us a little bit about your student leadership journey at SLIT. What were some memorable moments and the challenges that helped shape who you are today?
Uh, yes. So my leadership journey began in 2019, back in 2019, around September, where I became the freshers president. So that's the first step I took as a student leader at SLIT. And then, like, I had various positions in both Leo Club of SLIT and also the Faculty of Computing Student Community. And in 2023, 2024, I got the privilege to serve as the president of the Faculty of Computing Student Community and also as the president of the Leo Club of SLIT. Moreover, I was the assistant secretary and treasurer of the Student Interactive Society of SLIIT as well. So it was challenging to balance my academics and all leadership roles in two different aspects, which is one is a student community and the other as a recognized volunteer organization. So there were plenty of challenges. Uh, they taught me how to lead and like collaborate and like uh, actually the organizations groomed me to be a team player and also uh, taking back my memories. So in the Leo Club of Slate, the most memorable day was my installation, where I was installed as the sixth club president of the Leo Club of SLIIT. So that was one of the memorable days. And the following year, where I handed over the presidency, was another memorable day for me when I was president of Leo Club of SLIIT. And yes, when it comes to Faculty of Computing student community, we organized several events throughout the years, and we organized a signature event called 𝐕𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐸. So that was one of the memorable days where I was the president, and it was like with guest artist and with a guest band. It was a nice day, which I enjoyed really. So those are some of the memorable days. And talking about the challenges, at SLIIT, students come from various parts of the country, so it's not it's not that easy to manage everyone, coordinate everyone. So that was one of the challenging tasks. Yes, so that's my leadership journey throughout the 4 years at SLIIT. Yeah.
Great, good story, good experience, and it seems that you were in now the University of Queensland with a lot of leadership experiences and the the knowledge you will gain when you start your career at SLIT. So I'm happy to hear that story of yours, Mr. Anujitha Fernando. So so now let's move on to the next question. So how did the decision to study in Australia that you have made? So especially at the University of Queensland, because the University of Queensland in the top ranked universities, one of the top ranked universities in Australia as well as in global ranks. So so can you come up about that? So
Yes. So I first completed my bachelor's in software engineering from Curtin University, which is a pathway at SLIIT to complete a degree at Curtin University. So I did my bachelor's in software engineering. And so choosing it, Australia, it was a childhood dream for me actually, like to go and study in Australia and live in Australia was a childhood dream. So uh, the plan to select University of Queensland, I did a lot of research. So I basically didn't want to pick Melbourne or Sydney as a city to live or study because everyone back there in home in Sri Lanka thinks that everyone should go to Melbourne or Sydney. Everyone talks about Melbourne, everyone talks about Sydney. So I just picked the options Brisbane and Perth for the very first time. So since I completed the degree in Curtin, so I thought of like going to a different city, which is Brisbane, which where no one talks a lot like about Brisbane. So that made me choose Brisbane actually. And choosing my university when I spoke out with Global UniConnect, uh, gave me plenty of options, QBUT and University of Queensland, Griffith. So those were three of the options I got. So when I consider the university ranking, the global ranking, University of Queensland stands around 40 in the world. So that actually made me to choose University of Queensland, which is recognized globally. Uh, so that's how I came to University of Queensland, like how I chose University of Queensland, which stands globally in a high rank position.
right, and yes, it's an amazing journey. And I heard it's in some point you have mentioned you had your studied you studied at the Kurt in Colombo, right, Mr. Anujita Fernando?
Uh, Not 𝐾𝐿 actually. So we were the last batch to study at SLIIT from the 𝐾𝐿 batch. And then
Oh, all right,
the 𝐾𝐿 batch
right.
was transformed to the 𝐾𝐿 Colombo University.
Uh, oh,
So yeah.
you were the first batch student from the Curtin
Uh,
Slit Curtin, and now it has been shifted. It goes as the name
yes.
Curtin Colombo,
So
but
yeah. So I
all
was the
right.
last. We were from the last batch who studied at SLIIT actually. So and then
Oh,
the 𝐾𝐿 Colombo University was established, the campus, and yes, that's it.
Okay, great. So what was the application? So what was the application process like? What advice that you want to give to students? How they need to prepare for?
Yes. So let me take it realistically. So if you are planning to start your semester in February 2026 in tech in Australia, in a university in Australia, this is the best time to start your process actually. It's ideal to start your process 6 to 8 months in advance because that will avoid unnecessary stress and prepare a strong SOP or the Global Uniconnect will guide you like with the documents you need to prepare to apply for the visa and to get the certificate of enrollment from the universities. I believe you should have a strong SOP and your experiences matter. If you have work experience, get the references from the workplaces, and also the visa process is pretty straightforward. Uh, what my advice is always to go ahead, start the process early, and keep going with the process. Prepare your documents, have a good communication with Global Uniconnect when you have the process, because the communication really matters. Because if you change your mind, uh, you should let the Global Uniconnect know what needs to be done, and they'll advise you what needs to be done as well. So my main advice is start in advance, have 6 to 8 months in the process, and avoid unnecessary stress. Yes.
That's a great advice, Mr. Anujitha Fernando. Start early as much as possible. That's a great advice because as you in your experience and with our experience, students are came with and they are will coming with in a short notice. So we need to start the application. I need to submit my application for the Australia. And without further, I mean, no information, no research, but your advice for now that you are given for the students is very good because at least 7 to 8 months early start for applying. That's a great and that's a good way for their application when they apply for the Australian. So with that, I hope that there were a lot of cultural and academic shift that you experienced. And how you, if you experienced, right? I'm just telling that you have been experienced, right? So if you experienced, so how do you adjust with that situation in the cultural and with the academic journey? How you shift that?
Uh, yes, it was a huge change culturally actually, because at SLIIT it was like people from different parts of the country come and meet at a certain point. So, but now here in Australia, when you come to a new country, you meet people globally and students from every part of the world. So at UQ, basically, there's a lot of people from China, Philippines, Thailand, Singapore, and India as well. So it was bit hard, quite hard settling down in the very early stage of the very first semester. But still, like your communication and everything will help you to settle with everyone here because being friendly with them and having a good conversation with them will let you settle down here. So that was my experience basically because uh, it was the first time I traveled alone to a country and traveling around 8,500 kilometers away from Sri Lanka was a quite bit stressful for the very first time. And yeah, it was a good, nice experience landing here because I remember I told my parents as well, like when I picked my flights, uh, I got the option to pick the transit at Singapore or else I can pick the uh, transit at Sydney because Sri Lanka doesn't have direct flights to Brisbane. So what I told my parents as well, like I'll go directly to Australia and I'll land in Australia and see the situation because rather than having another experience at Singapore. So that was my experience actually. It was nice though.
Yeah, but with just a quick information, I just want to know that. But if you took that, not the direct, but go to the Singapore and then head into the Australia. So how you think if you got that decision? Uh, just imagine how like
Uh,
you go. Yeah.
yeah. So won't be an issue because we anyways had good communication at SLIIT as well. So I don't think like I won't hesitate to go, but like since it was the first experience, I just wanted to go directly to Sydney and then come to Brisbane, but won't be an issue actually. Like if I go to see Singapore and then land here in Brisbane, yeah.
Right.
Uh,
Uh,
Mr. Dalan,
right.
just please excuse me just for 1 minute.
So, yes. Yes.
Oh, sorry about that because I'm at work right now.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah.
Right. Uh, yeah, that's a good experience that you have got direct flights to the Australia. But if you got a chance for the next time when you're heading back to Sri Lanka, and again you have to shift
Yes.
the travel to the
Definitely
Australia,
yes.
just take a
Yes,
chance to
definitely
Singapore
yes.
because
So I'm planning to. Yeah, I'm
you can
planning
find
to.
you can visit the Singapore like Singapore Butterfly Garden at the airport of the Singapore and
Yeah.
some the key areas you can find out. So just my idea.
Yes,
The
definitely yes, because
suggestion.
I'm planning to travel back in January. So,
Next year,
uh,
2026.
yeah, 2026
All
January.
right.
So,
Amazing.
I plan to visit Singapore and come back to Sri Lanka. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Mr. Anujitha Fernando. So, you chose a unique blend, the computer science with management. Wow. How is this combination and shaping your career goals and your future ambition?
Yes. So, in my personal experience and my personal goals, like, since I completed my bachelor's in software engineering, so I believe like a person who knows coding would love to have the management side as well when you go and work in a company and manage people. So that was my main focus because I'm more enthusiastic and passionate with project management and IT management. So in tech consultation part. So that was my main objective to choose computer science with management. So this comes up with advanced computing topics and management modules as well. Uh, while I study here, which comes up with project management and different types of strategic thinking topics, and also leadership modules, everything. So that made me like to choose computer science with management because my goal of becoming an IT manager or tech consultant. Uh, so someone can understand both code and people. So I've also had the opportunity to work on real world projects. So network with industry and professionals matters. Uh, that's why like, with the digital transformation, ongoing digital transformation, AI coming in. So I'm truly passionate about that. So that was the main reason for choosing computer science management at UK.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Anujitha. So just a quick question. Have you seen the related with that you have came up with the AI will matter. So have you seen any AI will be a part of this computer management that you're in your current studies?
Um, Definitely yes. Like it's always because you can see ChatGPT coming out and students referring out with ChatGPT, uh, which has become a big part like of students and tech professionals because when it comes to coding, ChatGPT helps out a lot. And when it comes to students, like with their assignments and everything, it's a big, it has become a big part and a big help for students. What I should say is like use it, but use it with a good knowledge because getting the support, getting the help from ChatGPT is different without applying everything in ChatGPT. So that's what I should give it as an advice.
It's a good advice, Mr. Anujitha Fernando. A lot of students are now they are focusing to get the information what they asking or what they're requesting through the chat GPT or the DeepSeek. They want to just copy and paste as it is on their screen on their chat box. So yeah. So one more question. Have you well, how are the opportunities the open doors for the computers and someone who start their career in your industry, in your area. So computer science with management, with the IT engineer, the computer and engineering, right? So have you seen the opportunities in Australia? And oh, if yes, then what type of opportunities that you have seen in there?
Uh, yes. So when it comes to Brisbane, there's a lot of main companies because when I did research at Sri Lanka before coming here, also what I identified was there's a lot of companies based in Sri Lanka which are operated by Australian companies. So career opportunities wise, there's a lot of opportunities with computer science management because when it comes to business analysts, project managers, tech consultants, everything comes up with computer science management. So uh, rather than focusing like so there's a norm like telling like there's a plenty of software engineers in Sri Lanka. But when it comes to computer science with management, it's very unique and there's a lot of opportunities here in Australia. Like today morning, I just came up with a post like Australia is going to have the biggest black box, the very first black box for humans. So with such opportunities and with such inventions coming up with technology and everything, I believe like there'll be a lot of opportunities for future undergraduates and postgraduates who will be focusing with computer science management. Um, yes.
Right. So what advice would you give to aspiring SLIT students and other students as well, right, who are looking to follow in your footsteps?
Yes. So my advice is focus on your goal. Everyone should have a goal. So focus on your goal and chase your dreams. Always chase your dreams. Never give up. Uh, Whatever the challenge comes in life, living here is also a challenge, but like you shouldn't give up. You should take the risk, always take risk, focus on your goal, keep going, and never hesitate to try new things. That's my main advice to give out to all SLIIT students and all other students as well who have joined here.
Right. So, one more quick question. How there are a lot of students in Anujitha Fernando, very casual chat. And now I want to shift from this script. So, how you plan the PR path? That is the top of mind. The students, since they apply with the application, when they come with their parents, that is the top of mind what they have to have asked. So, what's your message that the students who are come up with that idea first, not the plan, but not the career progression, but the first thing is the PR path. What advice that you would like to give for them?
Yes, so that's a great question, Mr. Dasan. Actually, everybody thinks, everybody who wants to come to Australia thinks that their next goal is to have the Australian passport actually.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I
Yes.
believe like everyone has the dream to fly Sri Lanka with an Australian passport. So, but what my first advice is, focus on your goal. And if you're coming here to study, the best thing is like first focus on completing your studies properly. So that will definitely automatically create opportunities to work in Australia. So anyways, once we complete our bachelor's or master's in Australia, we get a temporary residence visa, which is the work visa, 190. So there, the students get the opportunity to work and get their 1 year uh, work experience. And also from there onwards, they can focus on their PER because what my advice is not to have PR in your mind when you go and talk to Global UniConnect or any other agent, like what sort of agent, don't have the PR plan in your mind because once you come here, you'll understand the situation. So with that experience, I should say, uh, have your focus, have your target on what you study. Because I have come up with students, my friends who are here, who came up with good universities, top ranked universities. They come here because Australian rules changed very regularly because once in 6 months, once a year, all rules change for migrants, immigrants. So with all those of experiences, what I should say is like focus on what you come here. If you're coming here to study, focus on studying. And uh, just when I went to say like my friends who have come here for studying, they have changed universities. They had the options back then. So coming up with a visa from a good university, getting the certificate of enrollment from a good university, they come here and uh, Australian government allowed them to change universities or transfer into a college, which is basically like uh, drastically changes the school fees, semester fees, and everything. So that helps financially, but not career-wise, actually, because you should focus on your goal and study what you came here for, and just focus on your PR pathway. That's my main advice.
Great. Thank you for that advice, Mr. Fernando. Uh, were you faced any challenges once you landed over to the Australia? Were you faced any challenges to finding when you finding the jobs? Might be while when you are focusing on your studies. If you faced any challenges, then how you overcome those challenges?
Mm, Actually, when I came here, the very first few weeks were challenging because the environment was different and the atmosphere was really different. But what I can advise is have a good communication and network with the people living here before you come from Sri Lanka. Have a good communication, what needs to be done, how the settlement process goes, and have good friends. So once you come here, your friends will help you a lot to find the part-time jobs and get their advice as well from the people who are living here. So that will actually help you to find the part-time jobs. And even if you have job experience in Sri Lanka, a good job experience with 2 to 3 years, that will help you to find a job in your career. So actually, it was challenging, but like when you have good network and good communication, actually it doesn't matter. You can go ahead and find the part-time jobs and move forward with the living. Yeah.
Right. Yes, great. Thank you, Mr. Anujitha Fernando. Would you like to share your experience when you're building up the relationship? I mean, in the with the communities on the Facebook, Instagram, the communities on social media and out of the social media. Would you like to suggest some the platforms or the out of the platforms on online? So if you how were you experienced, or you have any suggestions or the recommendations for our students or for at SLIIT and other students who are watching right now uh, online this live podcast?
Uh, uh, yes. So connecting with people is definitely a must for a person to grow and groom industrially and professionally. Mainly, we everyone know LinkedIn is one of the professional platforms we can get linked to each other. And then also maintaining a good profile in other social media platforms also matter. Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatsoever, any social media account. You should maintain a good profile because nowadays social media is used in various aspects. So, but career-wise, connecting to people will matter a lot. So join Facebook groups and have a good communication. See the world through social media as well, because there's a bit of world in social media as well. But I don't say the whole world is in social media. So just for your experience and basically when it comes to, I'll directly say it's gossip. So have some idea with gossip as well, world gossip, because what happens. So previously I mentioned a post about the black box made in Australia that I just saw in social media. So that's my advice. Have good connection in social media as well.
Right. The small one more question before we wind up the session. Uh, there are a lot of students while they do their studies. They have the question. They came up, then they will come up with this question: how can I find the job, right? In the same industry, in the same field. So, for example, my major in marketing, my major in software engineering, right? Or in other area. So, how can I find uh, this job? Might be the part time or the full time in the same industry. Is it possible, Mr. Anujitha Fernando?
Uh, doesn't Can you repeat the last part of the question? I couldn't hear. Sorry about that.
No worries. Let's say, for example, the students who come up with the idea, right? So because they have with the experience in the industry, as you earlier mentioned, that 2 to 3 years experience, or might be more than that experiences, in the industry, for example, in engineering. So the goal for them have is it possible for me to find the job in Australia in the same industry, in the same field where I'm in profession?
Um, Definitely yes, because in Australia there's like Australian companies like established in Australia, and like there are companies globally as well. So what my advice and what my in my experience I would share is like if you are an engineer, if you are a software engineer, if you are a doctor, if you are a nurse, if you are a teacher, whatsoever, there's a lot of opportunities here. Any career pathway, any career professionally, if you are with professions I mentioned and all other professions, even for mechanical jobs whatsoever, you got lot of opportunities because everyone here they treat equally, like no matter what, like what profession you are in, uh, what sort of job you do to earn and find your living cost, whatsoever, they treat you equally here. With my experience, I share because even for a student, like uh, is my personal experience. So uh, in Sri Lanka, so students don't do part time actually. Uh, in real experience here, students work in McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Domino's, whatsoever in any world franchise, they go and do part-time. But in Sri Lanka, we don't get that opportunity. So here it's actually normal, and you can have that experience as well, actually. Uh, so me being a graduate from Bachelor of Software Engineering and now pursuing a postgraduate in Computer Science Management, now have the experience being a cashier as well, actually. That's my personal
Exactly,
experience.
exactly. Yes,
So
I'm agree with
I'm
that.
telling my real story because everyone there might be wondering what sort of part-time you can do and everything. So just to find your pocket money, living cost, uh, you'll anyways have to do a part-time. It's really easy to find a part-time here. And professionally as well, like I said before, if you have a job experience, you can come here and apply to the relevant industrial side and you can have that experience and get the job as well. So it won't be hard, but there's a lot of sacrifice and challenges. Uh, we'll have to bear it up and survive in Australia.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Anujitha Fernando. I appreciate that good message that you and the advice that you convey with our students, that you pass with our students. With that, there are some I heard in recent past some news and the rumors. I'm not sure exact the truth of the behind of that story and the rumors. There is a trend in Sri Lanka in some families. I mean, they push their children, their child to do a part-time job, but in reality, they don't know. They are not. They think their mindset has been built, or doing a part-time job is not for you. So you do find a good job. That's the mindset. But in Australia, yes, that's what the people wanted to. They need to get the real life experience. I agree that's what great advice. Thank you, Mr. Anujita Fernando. And yeah, network always build and will give you a net worth. Am I correct, Mr. Anujita Fernando?
Yes, definitely. So networking and like I mentioned, the part-time jobs, everything like you'll have good experience. So myself doing a master's, will have experience of 2 years here as a student. So if you are coming for a bachelor's through Global UniConnect, you will have more experience, 4 years of bachelor's, and like I think that will be life-changing 4 years with all experiences. So when I talk with my friends here, like uh, the friends who came during the COVID-19 and the pandemic, like they've experienced more than us actually. So uh, being a student in Australia would be a great experience in your life. Will pave the pathway like to a life-changing 2 years or 4 years, and you'll have a great experience. So lastly, what I want is like come here, get the experience, and everyone who's living the dream here will always experience share the experiences and yeah. So that's what I have to say at the end. So have the experience,
Thank
have the Australian experience.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Anujita Fernando, for that great time that you have allocate for us, that you have reserved for us. I well appreciate and grateful for that time and the very in a short notice that you have been accepted our invitation to share the valuable insights and the information with our students at SLIIT and students who are outside. All of you are in the same place following your dreams, building the networks. Network always net worth at the end of the day. So now, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up today's incredible session. A big thank goes to Mr. Anujitha Fernando for sharing his remarkable journey with our students and to all the viewers, attendees, and the participants. Remember, your path to global success starts with the right mindset and the right planning. Stay connected with the Global UniConnect for more stories like this. Have a great evening.